gentlemen,
Yes.
welcome to Pop Sports.
Oh, there you go. You always have to bring us in that way. Welcome to part 2 of the free agent madness. That is the NFL offseason, Jerry.
Madness. Absolute madness.
But first,
First,
we got to make sure that we keep the lights on because I'm a scared of the dark. So we got to make sure we thank our sponsors so that I'm not in the dark here.
got to keep the blinding lights on.
So, of course, first we have lovely King's Barbershop located at 1650 Elm Street. Where is it located, Jerry?
the penthouse.
The
suite.
Penthouse Suite. It's fantastic. You love it. Check it out. King's Barbershop. They're a cut above.
They are.
You know who also is at 1650 Elm Street?
Tell me.
Bellman Jewelers. You ever
Wonderful.
been there?
I have.
How you like it?
Wonderful.
Great service. They're not on commission. Very helpful staff. They're awesome. Because at Bellman's, it's always a matter of trust. And Blake's Restaurant and Creamery with 2 locations, both in Manchester, home of the Boston Blackout, the Dirty Water, and my favorite Graham Central Station.
Woo.
Freaking love it. Oh my God. You don't even have to like graham crackers. It's phenomenal. You love it. You love it. It's fantastic. So, that being said, we went on and discussed the signings of free agency in the NFL circus.
This is true.
Now, we get to the main course. And this is
Is the main
all
course?
of the crazy trades that have happened over the last week. Like, that's all I can say. Just, like, there's so much happening. Like, it's like, I can't keep up. It's just like,
Going
it's
insane
insane.
in
It's
the
nuts.
membrane.
It's absolutely crazy. Probably the most notable, we heard about the Antonio Brown one since early this past weekend.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of drama surrounding the Antonio
There
Brown
has
one.
been.
So Antonio
Well,
Brown...
we'll do the
Well,
We'll do the other one first. But the biggest one that just happened last night was Odell Beckham Jr. to the Browns.
to the Browns.
Which I did not see whatsoever.
No.
I did not see that coming.
But I love it nonetheless.
It is a very interesting trade for both teams, actually.
So it makes it interesting knowing that the GM for the Giants, I think it's David Gettleman,
Yep.
came out and said
Oh, this is the best.
that they're not, that he committed to Odell. They just signed him to this record-breaking contract for a wide receiver. He's asked about trading him because they're in a clear rebuild. And he says no, he's committing to Odell Beckham. But then he goes and admits that he's listened to some phone calls for Odell
Yep.
Beckham.
No, what did he say? Oh yeah, we're not in the business of trading away good talent.
Exactly. Yep, that was
love
the key
that.
line.
I love that. That is such an awesome dumbass GM line.
But then he also goes on to say
that's awesome.
that he's been fielding calls. He's not going out and making calls, but he's taking them. Which means you're trying to trade him.
Now, if you take calls, you hear it tickles your fancy.
There
you know?
there were enough rumblings prior to that.
I'm just saying, Jeff.
that
yeah.
in general, yes. For this guy, not so much.
Yeah.
This guy's a schmuck. Pretty much ruined the Panthers for a while before
Yep.
they kind of got back on track.
True. That's
now
true.
he seems to be kind of doing the John Gruden. Are they rebuilding? Are they,
Yep.
trying to go for
This
it?
guy's turning into Mike Tannenbaum.
So they're justifying paying Eli Manning, I think, another $5 million roster bonus later this week. They're trying to justify paying him $20 million a year for the next couple of years of his contract,
In a rebuild.
not cutting him and all this for a rebuild. Yet they trade away their star wide receiver, top 5 in the league, guaranteed top 5 in the league this year, for what amounts to, I mean, they got a reasonable,
It was a good haul.
Coop,
It
but-
was a good haul.
but for arguably a generational wide receiver, it's not enough. It's just not enough. I mean, the starting point should have been 2 firsts and a player. If I'm legitimately considering trading that talented of a player, let alone that young of a player, on a long-term contract, I'm making sure I get everything. I want to come out the clear winner in that trade.
Yeah, that is true. Because
And-
if you look at it, I think it was a good trade for both sides.
I don't.
Well, I don't know.
I think the Browns won. I do. That one trade in and of itself, I think the Browns won.
I think for in the situations that they're in, the Browns made out pretty well if they're going with a rebuild, like Barkley is your centerpiece. He's untouchable. That's fine because you have him under contract for another 4 years or 3 years, whatever it is under the rookie deal.
4 years.
So another 4 or
Three, and then a player option.
Okay,
or
so
a team option. I'm
so
sorry.
you get like 3 years. So you have him to rebuild around. Odell Beckham, you get rid of him. He's a pain in the ass and a diva. So you get rid of kind of the circus, as phenomenal as a receiver as he is. But now they get the 17th overall pick, a third rounder, and they get Jabril Peppers, who's okay. He's a good player.
They did just lose their All-Pro
Right.
strong safety Landon Collins.
So he just
and
fills-
they managed to get Jabril Peppers, a decent safety who
similar kind of player.
who can kind of do it all. He can do a little bit of returns. He has some history trying to play offense.
Yeah, and he
He's
was a first-round pick a couple of
good
years ago.
defensive player. Like he's fine.
So I mean, the number 17 is the big kicker here, obviously.
that's the value.
But yeah, they should have got a first rounder next year.
They should have gotten 2 firsts.
Well,
They had to get 2 firsts
But they're in
to justify
good shape.
this contract.
But they're in good
Or,
shape.
this
Now they
trade.
have a number 6 and a number 17 pick in this year's first round.
I don't care. This guy's draft history isn't great either.
Well, yeah, that's fair, yeah.
You're really that confident that you can find a guy at any position equivalent to Odell Beckham's talent level?
No, not his specific talent level or that position. I'm just saying, if you're in a rebuild, having 2 first round picks in the top 20 helps you out.
So they're expected to draft a quarterback with their first pick.
Okay.
The 10th. I think I read that they seem to be targeting either Dwayne Haskins, the kid from Ohio State, or Drew Lock out of Missouri. And if they're able to get their guy with the 10th pick, then you're not pairing him with a decent receiving core. Just Saquon Barkley. That's their only offense.
Well, you're going to have Eli for another year or two. So they're going to be under him.
So what's the point of even having Eli? My point is they seem directionless.
To be a bridge guy.
They seem directionless. They traded away a franchise game-changing weapon in Odell Beckham to keep a 37-year-old shell of himself quarterback.
Yeah, for maybe a year or two. He's going to be a bridge guy.
I understand that, but you're showing nothing. You have nothing right to play for, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. I mean, if you're going to rebuild, trade Eli.
Who's going to take Eli?
Cut Eli. Get rid of him. It's $20 million you don't need to be paying. If it's about the money for Odell Beckham, then you have to get rid of Eli
No,
right now.
I don't think it was about the money.
Then what was it about? You had him locked up.
I don't know.
He could have been
I'm
your number
guessing-
one receiver for the franchise quarterback.
I'm guessing it
is my
was
point.
the-
You want to build around the franchise quarterback, Saquon Barkley, and Odell Beckham Jr. That should have been your core. That's your big 3. You fill in the pieces everywhere else.
I don't know, man.
I think it's a stupid trade, especially when you consider they also traded away a defensive end.
Oh, yeah, Olivier Vernon also going to the Browns.
So the Browns ended up giving up the number 17 pick, a third rounder, and Jabril Peppers for Olivier Vernon and Odell Beckham. They also threw in Kevin Zeitler, who's a really good guard. But I think the Browns clearly won this deal. Clearly.
They did okay. They did all right.
I mean, they traded away a guard who they already had a replacement for.
True.
They drafted a kid in the first round last year, Austin Corbett, I think his name is, and he's supposed to take over that guard position. So you're not losing anything on the position. The draft picks, I don't think are enough to change a franchise.
True.
And that's
Right.
what the
Yeah.
Giants need, is they need franchise-changing talent. They're not going to get it with these draft picks. They're not going to get it with that guard, and they're just not going to get it with Jabril Peppers.
I don't know.
Odell
I don't know.
Beckham
I don't know. I
can
don't
change
know.
a franchise.
I don't know.
Again, if they cut Hunt, I'm in. I'm on board. The Browns did well.
But man,
Browns
Are you
did do
kidding
it.
me? 1 first round pick. And they
Yeah.
they have to take over the contract, correct?
Odell's contract?
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for what the Giants still own what 13
So they
million, though,
they
right?
still owe him some serious money
wait, why do they owe him so much money?
because of the way the contract was structured. Like they're on the hook for certain guarantees, certain dead money against the cap.
Right, which is ridiculous
No,
because that's like
okay.
saying that you're going to pay 13 they're saying that 13 million was worth 1 first round pick. No, 13 million or whatever it was is worth
No.
2
Where is
first-round
this?
picks.
Where's this dead
So-
cap money going
no,
from?
listen.
Where is this coming from?
I'm sorry. The Giants aren't paying Odell Beckham. It's just a penalty based on the contract against the salary cap.
Right. So it's a cap.
So
penalty.
no, they're not paying Odell Beckham, but in terms of the salary cap, they are paying him. You know what I mean? It's the real money versus the cap money.
It's 16 million.
It's a penalty. It's not a payment.
Right.
It's a penalty.
Yes.
Okay,
But
okay,
it's
okay.
16 million. So you're telling me you paid this guy, you're going to pay the $16 million penalty, then trade him away for one first-round pick.
So the Giants, in dead money.
That's essentially what the Browns did with Osweiler for a second-round pick a while ago.
That's fair. The Giants, though, are paying quite a few players, according to the penalty, dead money they call it, against the cap. These are the guys. Odell Beckham Jr., $16 million. Olivier Vernon, $8 million. Another guy who just got sent to the Browns. Damon Harrison, $3.2 million. Patrick Omame, $3 million. Eli Apple, $2.3 million.
Traded.
And then Davis Webb, Connor Barwin, Darian Thompson, Avery Moss, all between $400,000 and $100,000.
Bag of crap.
Essentially. That amounts to over $33 million in dead cap hits that the Giants need to take on.
And no one's on the team.
And none of those guys are on the team.
Wow.
The Giants are paying 9 players against the cap to just go screw.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
To play for another team.
You realize that the Giants and the Browns essentially have swapped positions in the league
they
overnight.
swapped souls.
They have completely swapped positions in the league overnight.
And this trade shows
Oh my
exactly
God.
what each general manager and ownership group value.
Wow.
The Giants, they don't want the distraction, the headache, the whatever. They want offensive line play and potential future middling picks. The Browns want talent right now. And that's amazing that the Browns have come this far. So,
Just to cheer you up.
no, this is perfect.
But yeah, the Browns are looking like the real deal, man.
No, seriously. I'm looking at this list that you guys have here under John Dorsey. Other than
Can you
Kareem
actually
Hunt,
bring
which-
it up? Do you mind bringing it up so
yes,
people can see
I
it?
can.
Yes, we can.
But yeah,
That's
I mean,
a
this
trademark slogan.
this GM here, John Dorsey.
John
he's
Dorsey's
got-
doing a good job
other
right
than
now.
the whole Kareem Hunt thing.
I'm still fucking pissed off. at Kareem
Yeah,
Hunt.
I'm not happy. about that one.
Understandable, but
Especially
he
how
clearly
good-
has an eye for talent.
Yeah, but Nick
he
Chubb
clearly
has
has an eye
been
for talent.
so good over the last year when he
I mean,
stepped
look at
in.
these. These
he
are
was really
great.
good. So he just
He's
brought in
built
this
a
media
team.
circus.
I didn't think the Browns had this in them at all. Like,
It was
Jarvis-
always a pipe
Landry,
dream. It was always a
great.
pipe
the
dream.
Landry
Right.
trade
They got
was gorgeous.
Chubb turned out to be amazing, cool.
gorgeous.
To
Denzel
get
Ward.
Odell Beckham, are you fucking kidding? How did he even negotiate this?
So you have to also say,
How
You also
awful
gotta
of a
see-
person must Odell Beckham be that this team was not?
Well, you
willing
also
keep
got to
him?
just look at the ineptitude of the Giants.
and every former player has started to come out and said, he's not actually a problem. He's kind of he's kind of a bit flamboyant and does all these weird things, but he's a head case because he had like a weird moment with a kicking net. Like that's most of it.
I mean, is it though, or is he actually insane? Because why the hell would you let a talent like that go? You already fucking signed him.
But I think that's the ineptitude of the Giants general management group right now.
Unfucking
I think
believable.
that's David Gettleman ruining a franchise.
Unbelievable.
And it is. But look at the list that John
Tannenbaum
Dorsey has done.
2.0.
What?
Tannenbaum 2.0.
Yeah, well, Gettleman's done it before, so it's almost like Gettleman 2.0.
Wow.
But yeah, look at the list. I mean, Baker Mayfield actually was a bit of a controversial selection too, if you remember.
That looked like it's going to pay off.
And Baker was excellent. Baker almost won Rookie of the Year from Saquon Barkley, which would have been a bit much,
Barkley
but
deserved
Barkley
that
was
one.
amazing.
Oh my God,
But-
he was a freak.
But it just shows the impact that Mayfield had.
Oh, yeah.
And Dorsey put it out there. I mean, he
oh,
pretty
yeah.
much went for something crazy like that.
They are now
He
legit.
also he went out and also drafted Denzel Ward, who was an all-pro cornerback last year.
Nasty.
As a rookie, Pro Football Focus ranked him like the 9th best corner in all of football. That is remarkable. Not to mention, he went out and drafted Nick Chubb. 3
Chubby.
straight picks, 3 straight dynamite selections. Like, he crushed it.
You got your star cornerback, your star quarterback, and your star running back.
Not to mention you
In
went
the
out.
same draft.
Not to mention you went out and traded for 2 number 1 wide receivers in Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham
You
Jr.
look now. What team? I can't think of a team off the top of my head. What team has a better 1-2 combo than the Browns now?
Oh my God, there isn't. There isn't
Like
a better
Jarvis
receiver.
Landry is a number 1 on almost every team, aside from teams that have like top 5 elites, like Julio Jones or like Hopkins or something.
If you look at it, I mean, you could say maybe the Steelers last year when it was Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah.
But
now
not
that
going
he's
into
gone?
the season.
No, now?
Going into the season, no one thought Juju was going to be that.
Right. But like right now, the Browns have the best 1-2 wide receiver combo in the league.
This is arguably the best since Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas were top 10 receivers.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
I mean, that's the best I can do off the top of my head.
Yeah, those are probably
Or
the two
Moss
best.
Welker before that. I mean, like, you don't get guys who are this good on the same team.
Yeah, and you have Njoku too.
David
who's a
Njoku.
nasty tight end.
David Njoku.
Like literally looking at the Browns, they have no major weaknesses.
Their wide receivers actually there's more than just those two wide
They also
receivers
have
as well.
Antonio Callaway.
Antonio Callaway is a
and
talented
Higgins
player.
was looking pretty good.
Rashard Higgins can play.
So I mean, my God, I was looking at the Browns roster today, and I'm like, it's
kinda nice.
I don't see
It's kinda
any
nice.
glaring holes in this roster, really.
And
Just Kareem Hunt. Just cut
Okay,
Kareem Hunt.
other than Kareem Hunt,
I'm just gonna
yes.
keep popping in and
Yeah,
shitting
that's
on
fine.
Kareem
No,
Hunt.
that's fine.
I mean,
I hate
but
Kareem Hunt,
even
so.
if they
You know
got
what?
rid of
Let him
Kareem
come on
Hunt,
the show.
even if they
I'll
got rid
still
of,
tell him he's a piece of shit.
fine, done. If we can get him, yeah, that's absolutely
Yeah,
do it. Just
I mean,
schedule
he's
it.
gonna
Yeah,
have
figure
to
it out.
Stoop to that shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to go on an apology tour.
But even if
There
they
you
got
go.
rid of Kareem Hunt, they still have Duke Johnson.
That's true.
Right.
Duke Johnson is an
Yeah.
electric running back out of the backfield.
And they just
Right.
re-signed
great pass
him.
catcher, and they
And
do
Chubb.
have him.
I don't.
In addition to Chubb, yeah.
I don't understand why they got Hunt. They don't need Hunt.
I don't understand.
It
the
should
point.
be Chubb.
In terms of wait, hold on.
Stick with the Chubb.
In terms of talent,
Drew always sticks with the Chubb.
Stick with the Chubb, dude. Nick Chubb. Stick with the Chubb.
if you think about it, it's Chubb and Johnson are the two running backs. I just want to point that one out.
Chubby Johnson.
But anyway, if Kareem Hunt were to, like, I don't know, not have a really long suspension or something, and they were to move on to just from a talent point of view,
Yeah.
Hunt and Chubb and Johnson are the best running back stable we've seen in the modern era.
Hunt Chubbs Johnson. Huh. Yeah, no.
I hate you, and I think you missed that.
No, that's the depth.
Hunt's Chubb Johnson?
Hunt Chubb. Wait. Hunt,
No, it'd be
Chubb.
Chubb Hunts Johnson.
Chubb?
It doesn't matter.
Johnson.
Anyway, we're going to move on because we've been talking about the Browns now for way too long. Anyway,
They went from.
Real quick, Olivier Vernon is the underrated get here for the Browns.
That is true,
because
too.
he's a good pass
nasty.
rusher.
Opposite Myles Garrett. And they got Sheldon Richardson in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That is a freaky line.
Yep, John Dorsey, GM of the Browns. He gets a standing ovation.
That
for
is
sure.
true.
he
Another
does.
round of applause for Dorsey because he's killing it over there.
Yeah, for sure.
My God, this guy. We salute you. A GM that actually has a clue. Who would have thought it would have came from the Browns of all
I was just going to
people?
say, who would have thought it'd be in
My
Cleveland?
God.
Yes?
I don't know.
Speechless.
Why the Browns? Why didn't we get Odell? We could have sucked it up.
there
for
was
one year.
interest.
A big contract.
There
was
was
interest.
rumored to be interest at the deadline last year.
Because
the
Brady
Pats were in.
loves him, apparently.
I guess, though, the Giants were asking too much from the Patriots because they didn't want to help the Patriots.
That makes sense.
They gave up we would have given 3 first-round picks because Belichick doesn't even like his first-round picks. He doesn't even care.
I think what the thing is, though, is the Giants were like, no, screw you.
Yeah.
Like,
one of those
we're
things
not
where-
making you better.
Because people don't want to help the best team in the league get better.
It's kind of like the Steelers not wanting to trade Antonio
Yeah.
Brown to the Patriots, which is a great transition. We're going to roll with it.
Because we gave a better offer for Antonio
we're not gonna
Brown
roll with
than
it.
the Raiders did. What?
I guess we're not going to roll with it.
Yeah, there you go.
And we're rolling with it.
I don't know what you want.
Breaking news.
It's not breaking news at all.
Facebook and Instagram are down.
It's been
Won't be breaking news when this goes out. No one's going to give a shit.
it's been down all day.
Oh!
On the heat map, it's like us and Europe. But not by us, I just mean New England.
No!
So whatever wire we're getting from over there, it's broken.
That's not good.
Probably a Russian sub went down there and snipped the wire.
It's the
Good for
apocalypse.
them.
It's the Illuminati, dude. The lizard people down in the subways of New York.
Did you heard Alex
Back
Jones?
to Antonio Brown.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Wait, we
scream
can't
a
talk
little
about Alex
louder.
Jones anymore?
No.
Holy
What about the
crap.
people doing LSD to talk
Can
about
we do
people in
that in a
the
different
fourth
episode?
dimension?
Different
Yes,
episode.
we definitely
Different
will
episode
have-
because I want to get into
Talk
this.
about the fourth dimension.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Different
Let's
episode.
not today though.
But yes, Antonio Brown, that is the
Oh, for
second,
sure, right? Yeah,
if not
exactly.
the first biggest trade that's
talk
going
about all
on
10
here.
dimensions. Don't worry, we got this.
So, Antonio Brown of the Raiders. another huge trade.
Yeah, especially when you consider what the Raiders actually gave up for him.
Yep, and it shows you how fucking stupid the Steelers are.
So we were talking about how talented.
Did they give up, was it a nickel? They gave him a nickel, right?
A nickel and a dime.
A nickel and a dime.
I mean,
a nickel and a dime for $100.
They got 15 cents for their $100 bill. Yeah, yeah, that's a good comparison. I like it.
My God, as much as I
third and a fifth round pick for a top 5 receiver and future Hall of Famer.
As much as I absolutely despise and hate this guy because he's such a d-bag and
so
a diva,
goddamn good though.
He is nasty.
He's so goddamn good.
And getting him for a third and a fifth round pick, dude, you fleece the Giants. See, the Giants back themselves
top 5 wide receiver right now.
The Giants
future Hall of Famer.
Themselves into the Steelers backed themselves into a corner because they were announcing that they were shopping the guy around and that they wanted to get rid of him so badly. So just by doing that, absolutely lowered the expectations for the trade.
I love the Bills thing, though. I love how the Bills come into play on this, though.
The Bills. He goes to the Bills for like 5 hours, and then it's like, I ain't going to freeze my ass in Buffalo for 3-13. I ain't going.
So
I ain't reporting, and then the Bills are out.
So once the trade was announced
Well,
as being close,
Oakland.
once the trade was being close to being like officially announced, compensation was all set, everything was taken care of. The Steelers told Antonio Brown's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, that about the deal, and he's going to need to take a physical to make it go through, which is just a formality. And Antonio Brown said that. He said, absolutely not. I'm not playing the best years of my life in that fucking tundra of a state.
Somebody stop me.
And he stopped himself.
Which, at 30 years old,
Nicely
for
done,
a wide
Alex.
receiver, he's got 2 years of elite play left. Right? 2 or 3 tops, right?
Yep.
Hell no, I don't want to go to Buffalo. If I'm Antonio Brown,
With nothingness. There's nothing even there. Nothing fun.
if I'm Antonio Brown, I am
You know what's
just,
better?
I do the
Kansas
exact same
freaking
thing.
City would have been better than freaking Buffalo.
Kansas City's supposed to be nice.
Yeah,
I've
at least
been
there's
down
a
for Kansas City. Yeah.
Buffalo,
At least it's a
nothingness.
city.
It's just barren.
It's right in the name. I mean, yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I
You
agree.
been to Buffalo?
No.
I don't plan on
Sad,
it.
man. It's
Why have you been to
sad.
Buffalo? Why does anybody go
I
to Buffalo?
actually have been to Buffalo.
Were you like
once.
dragged there
No.
by your parents as a kid? Like
No,
that's
we
the
just had
only.
to go pick something up there.
Ew.
drugs?
Buffalo.
Sucker? Like, what?
Right, what?
What?
It's not for this episode. It's for
All right.
Pop Sports After Dark.
Yes.
Pop Sports After Dark. Stay tuned.
Back to Antonio Brown.
Back to Antonio Brown.
Boom.
But yeah, oh my God, the Steelers look so freaking inept. Out of this whole offseason so far,
Losing Bell.
the Steelers
losing Brown.
are by far the biggest losers.
Are they though?
Yes.
Do they actually give a shit because they've got Juju.
Who they got across from Juju?
What's his name? Crowder.
Nope.
Crowder?
Nope.
The running back.
John Connor.
Connor.
Good running back.
Yeah, solid running back.
Good running back. Who else they got?
But they got nothing
Who
for
are
these
they
two.
throwing to that's not Juju? How's Juju going to respond when he gets double teamed for the first time?
Oh, don't look for me for backup.
Because
I'm with him.
Antonio Brown was getting double teamed and he was still putting up amazing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Juju saw a lot of single coverage. He didn't even get safety over the top help.
Yep.
Juju's going to be
I would
facing some
say
serious
they're still
defenses.
going to be good this year.
What?
I bet they're good, but they're not winning that division. Want to know
Browns.
why?
They are never.
Because the
even
Browns
with
are gonna
those two,
win.
They're not winning the
Cleveland
division.
You're gonna owe me $40, and we're gonna get Browns jerseys if they win the division. That's why.
I mean, we can do that anyway. Do we have to wait?
Why would they trade? Why would they even offer it to the Bills? So they won't offer it to him to us, but they offered him to the Bills.
Because they
Doesn't make
don't
sense.
want to help the Patriots.
Also-
The Patriots are their biggest rivals, other than in their division.
Wait, so if the Steelers can make the Bills better, that makes the Patriots' schedule harder.
True.
I think that's the logic, is if you're going to take down the top dog, at least help out the team that faces them twice.
Oh please! If you went to the Bills, it wouldn't have made a goddamn difference. Who are you kidding?
Would have been a freaking dumpster fire.
In theory.
Hey, back up, dude! Jesus!
Sir,
Oh my God! You can blow out my eardrums.
it would not have helped.
Your ears.
What would they have done?
Ew.
Then what? They would have to go spend big money on a quarterback. They don't have anything.
They got Josh Allen. He's a stud there. No, they spent the
I
first
bet we
round.
could get him on this show.
They spent the
He's
first-
got fucking nothing going
Well,
on.
no, where he went to college?
Delaware?
Wyoming.
Oh great! So he's
What the
throwing
hell's in Wyoming?
To a bunch of freaking bears and
Mountains?
buffalo.
Josh
in the middle
Allen
of a
fans.
Freaking fields. Oh my God!
That's it.
Corn.
Maybe.
Yeah, the whole
National
reason he's
parks?
a scramble quarterback, he's running
A
away
good
from all the
national park,
freaking
solid.
wolves in Yellowstone. That's why.
Name 2 cities in Wyoming.
Jackson Hole.
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
I'm impressed. He did it. You didn't.
I said Cheyenne.
Yeah, you didn't say Jackson Hole.
Jackson Hole.
Jackson's Hole.
Jackson's Hole.
Also, Casper is a city.
Okay.
That's a good city name.
I thought it was a really good city name, too. Enough about Wyoming trivia.
But regardless, the Steelers look completely inept. They got absolutely nothing for these two players who are elite players.
Neither did the Giants. So did two
Well, at least the Giants got something.
two originally elite teams have now completely dismantled their teams.
Yep.
Two teams with ownership groups that date back to the 60s, the Mars and the Rooneys.
Yep.
I mean, two organizations that have an immense amount of success,
Clown shows.
talent, coaching history, player
clown
history,
show.
Super Bowl dominance over long stretches. Fucked up bad.
Breaking news.
Breaking news?
In Wyoming, there's a town called Gillette.
For real?
What?
What's the population? Find it out.
30,000.
Damn, that's bigger than I thought.
Wow.
Yeah, swear to God, we're looking at it right now.
Interesting. Wow, I'm glad that was breaking news.
Well, Wyoming trivia at its finest.
He said Oklahoma.
Did he?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying
I
attention.
don't know why he was looking.
Definitely said Wyoming.
I heard Oklahoma.
Ah,
Whatever.
that says more about you than him then.
But yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, but to go on the flip side, talk about the Raiders a little bit. The hell are they doing?
Okay, this is one that this is a Drew rant for a minute here. If that's okay with you.
No, I want to rant. My turn.
All right,
How
go
many
ahead.
I'm just
people
gonna-
live in big, piney Wyoming?
17.
What the hell is this guy doing?
524.
I took the under.
Talking about
Price
the
is right
Raiders
rules,
here.
I win.
He's talking about Pine Turd,
How many
Rhode
people
Island.
live in
What?
Lost Springs?
I don't know. I didn't even know these were towns.
40.
4.
Damn it, I went over.
So it's one family.
Yes.
Or just like
Or one apartment with like
It's
four
one
bedrooms.
apartment with just 4 dudes in it who live in the woods.
I don't know.
One's the mayor.
So one's like one man-made log cabin, and they just rotate roles.
Yeah.
I'm the mayor today. I don't know why that was the accent I went with, but it was.
Just drinking Mountain Dew and living in the woods.
There's shit
By
in the
Mountain
living
Dew?
room and drinking beer.
And by Mountain Dew, we mean we got the dew from the Rockies. That's our beverage. We don't have actual soda.
Sponsor us. Why don't
Oh,
we
boy.
have bigger sponsors?
University of Wyoming, sponsor us.
Because
We're
we're
great.
talking about Pine, left fuck County and like Cheyenne, Oklahoma. Or
Don't worry.
Whatever.
We're ready. What was your rant?
Oh, my rant.
Rant away.
Oh, my rant.
Raiders, baby.
I'll make sure you get my good side. All
Just
right.
win, baby.
So, what
Rant.
the hell is John Gruden doing? This is what I want to know.
What?
This freaking moron,
Moron.
is getting paid $100 million over 10 years to try and rebuild this team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, going into the first year, he trades Khalil Mack, which, one, was stupid,
Mm-hmm.
but that signaled, okay, you're getting rid of perhaps the best defensive player in the entire league.
Mm-hmm.
So, clearly a rebuild. You got 2 first-round picks and, what, a second-round pick you got or something like that?
I think a third.
So, well, whatever. You have all those picks. Clearly, you're in a rebuild. Then, all of a sudden, you trade Amari Cooper for a first-round pick. There you go. Another sign of a rebuild. Fine. Whatever. Build the team you want. Give it a couple of years. They'll be good. But he goes out, gets Antonio Brown. Then he gets Trent Brown, fat, big Trent Brown, who was good last year. Don't trust him, as far as I can throw him, to stay healthy and actually work on development.
Not to mention signing Jordy Nelson.
Jordy Nelson, like, what are you doing there? And then LaMarcus Joyner, you sign him to a big fat contract.
Yeah, we didn't even talk
So
about that.
what are you doing? Are you trying to be a contender or are you trying to rebuild? I don't know. Will somebody tell me?
Could you imagine this team with Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper, though?
I don't know what he's doing. I'm so confused.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
so
that's
confused. Just
Wow.
tell me what you're doing.
it's true, though. I mean,
It makes no
pretty
sense.
spot
I
on.
can't tell you what he's doing. That would ruin the plan.
Because he doesn't even know what he's doing.
He's not a good evil villain.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he really isn't a good evil villain.
What is he doing? I don't know.
Wow, you're so dominant.
No. That was just my immediate reaction. I don't know why.
No. Anyway, no, I get it. I
I
mean,
don't understand what his rationale is, what he's doing.
you know, I kind of understand trading Khalil Mack from the standpoint of the Raiders are seen as the poorest of the NHL NFL franchises because their owner, Mark Davis, doesn't have the...
He's the poorest of the NFL owners.
He's the poorest of the billionaires. He might be only a millionaire. We don't know. But he doesn't have the same disposable cash that a lot of these other owners have. So they can't actually shell out certain contracts. It just doesn't work that way. Like they don't he doesn't have the ability to give a massive signing bonus to several players the way the Maras do, or the Rooneys, or the Crafts, or anyone like that.
Well, would you rather have Khalil Mack or would you rather have Antonio Brown for the same amount of years?
See, that's tough. But like, if you look at it, like Khalil Mack can be distributed, like his money could be distributed differently. Also, like the draft picks that you got for Khalil Mack, you could build a bit of a foundation for several defensive players. Get a few average guys. Antonio Brown, you're just bringing in. You know, like I understand because if there was a discrepancy on money with Khalil Mack, trade him, get picks, see if you can get better that way. Well, trading Amari Cooper bothered me.
This is where
because he was a first-round pick. So, like, I understand trading Mack.
Well, it seems
if
like
you can't keep him for his money
based. But now they're going out
Right.
and they're shelling out the highest contract for a left tackle who only had one good year. Now you're getting Antonio Brown. You paid him up the yin yang.
So that's where it gets confusing.
LaMarcus Joyner. So
it appears as
I
though
don't
they
know
have
where
money.
the disconnect is.
Right.
Are you rebuilding because of money, or were you planning on rebuilding because you didn't have much? And now all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, let's give it a shot.
Want to know what my thought is?
I don't know what their plan is. I don't know.
Want to know what my thought is? John Gruden came into this past year, thinking, I can make this team better than what it is. I have enough talent and I can elevate them. So he figured he can trade Khalil Mack and he can reap the benefit of those draft picks and he can make this team better. Once he started coaching, he realized, oh, fuck, I can't make this team better. Like, this team sucks. They don't have enough talent to compete, and we are screwed if this is the team we're going forward
I could
with.
totally see him with that same exact face and the
Just-
same way. Oh, fuck, I can't make this team.
Like, oh, fuck. Like, I mean, that's. I think that's what it is.
I could see him with his angry eyes, just like that. Oh, fuck.
Doing the Chucky. Oh, fuck.
Like,
But-
I can't do this anymore.
So that's where I think that started. And so I think by the end of the year, he kind of got a bit into the coaching rhythm and kind of realized, okay, maybe they're better than total suckage, but they're definitely not playoff bound. So now I think he's thinking, screw it, let's go for it. Like, let's just go for it.
So
That's my thought is before the year, trade the guy I can't work with financially, and I can make the rest better. Then as it went along, they realized he sucked. And then, oh, maybe I can make it with these guys.
Hey, whatever. I guess I'm curious to see. I think next year will really tell what their plan is.
I mean, if it's really a 10-year plan, I'm terrified. But I think that this upcoming season isn't the year they're going for. I think it's the following year. They want to be ready to go when they're in Vegas.
Oh, yeah,
because this is the last year in Oakland.
That's true.
The next year will be in their new stadium in Vegas, officially.
Yep. You need to sell. You got to sell fans, and what better to sell one of the best wide receivers in the entire game?
So that's the idea.
Guess,
is you're going to have some
Marketing.
flashy players.
It's all about marketing.
You're going to
I
have
guess.
John Gruden, big flashy name. You're going to have Antonio Brown, big flashy player. I mean, it would be nice to have Khalil Mack, big flashy defensive player, but I digress. LaMarcus Joyner's a good player. Maybe Tyrell Williams is another player that they signed or traded for. Getting a little ahead of ourselves, but Tyrell Williams is another player they brought in. I think they're hoping he develops into a star player. And I'm thinking they're hoping Derek Carr develops into a star
that's right.
quarterback.
Terrell Williams. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I think he's not playing for next year. He's playing for first year Vegas. That's the big year. That's the one where it's playoff or bust for that.
Antonio Brown is just for Vegas.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
He's
I'm
just an
thinking.
attraction for Vegas.
It seems like it.
They're hoping that
And that's a place he would do very well.
It's just
yeah.
the confusing part with the money because it looked
Part
like it
of
was
it-
all
yeah.
financial based. And now they're shelling out shit tons of money that they could have gave to Mac. So I'm confused what they were trying to do.
Agreed. But we should talk about a different team across the bay that plans on staying in their city a little bit longer. Unless you have a final point.
Defense doesn't sell tickets.
No, defense doesn't. Flashiness does.
That is true.
It's true.
So leading into this, This is one that Alex didn't like. We had
Yes.
the Chiefs franchising and then trading D Ford. The Patriots fans would know him as the guy that was offsides that helped negate that pick in the championship game that basically saved our ass and helped us go to the Super Bowl. So thank you to that guy.
Forgot that part. Favorite. He earned every dollar of that $90 million.
That guy got paid, and thank you, because I'm glad he got his money for saving our asses.
Yep.
So, yeah. So
Surprised
that was
we
the
didn't
guy.
pay him based on that.
So the Chiefs franchised him, and then they traded him to the 49ers for a second-round pick. The 49ers then signed him to a contract extension to 5 years, $87.5 million.
So the
Dollars.
reason why that the Chiefs even wanted to move him is because they're changing from a 3-4 base defense to a 4-3.
Yep.
Their new defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo,
Yep.
didn't see Ford as a good fit for that style. And so he wanted to ship him off for anything. I still think they could have gotten more than a second for him. Not even this year's. Next year's second round
They
pick.
could have got a second and a player, I think. But,
Could have gotten at least like 2 seconds or a second, a third or something.
yeah.
But I digress. Anyway, I think the Niners made out well. They
Yeah.
need
Oh my
talent.
God, yeah.
They need talent.
Yep.
Specifically on defense. Actually,
Good-
specifically anywhere.
Good
They can
young
take-
kid going into his prime.
Big
I mean,
contract though.
It is
Always
a,
a
big
risk
contract.
with big numbers.
It is. But I mean, in that league, you got to pay for pass rushers.
You do.
Like,
You do. You pay for a premium. You
it
pay a
is what
premium
it
for
is.
that. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with like baseball. You pay for the home run hitters.
Yeah.
You got to do the same. You got to shell out the money for the pass rushers and the sack guys.
Yep.
You know.
And
But
the Chiefs seem to be in a little bit of disarray though.
yeah,
Like
because
guys
they
that-
lost Justin Houston. They now
so
lost.
They
D
cut
Ford.
Justin Houston. They traded D Ford. They cut Eric Berry.
Yep.
They didn't sign another cornerback. I mean, they
That's true.
seem
After they
to be
lost
a little
Marcus Peters.
lost defensively right now.
Yeah.
Their defense was arguably the worst in the NFL last
Yeah,
year.
it was
if
pretty
not the
bad.
worst, bottom 5.
Yeah. The only reason they were
Safe.
so successful is because their offense was the best in the league.
Exactly. I think one of the issues was their offense scored so quickly the defense never got a chance to rest.
Right.
But they still sucked as a whole.
True.
Breaking news.
Breaking news is another Wyoming
Is it
fact.
breaking or is it like piss poor town Montana or something?
This is interesting breaking news.
Okay.
What is it?
Guess who our first home game is against?
Cleveland?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Dope.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is it? Oh wait, it has to be the first game of the season. 'Cause we
No,
won the
no,
Super
no.
Bowl.
They're doing something different this
Oh
year.
damn it!
I think they said they're going to do 2 of the original teams on Thursday Night Football because it's like an anniversary year.
I don't like
It's
it,
like 100 years of football or something. That wouldn't make
but
sense.
that's pretty sweet. That's gonna be an
Yes.
exciting game. Let's get tickets. Work your magic.
Is it in Cleveland?
Get your
Or is
connections.
it here?
No, he said
No, it's
home
Do
game.
you say home game?
Yeah.
That makes more
We
Yeah,
can
sense.
Alex,
afford that. Nobody
get
wants to see
tickets.
the Browns.
Get
I wanna
tickets,
see the
Alex.
Browns. Alex, get tickets right
Work
now.
on your connections
Right now.
Do it. All of our Pop Sports connections. Work on it.
Calling all 3 of them right now.
All right. Good.
And have
That's
them
3
have them
more
call,
than I thought.
Have them call 3 of their friends.
Yes.
And eventually we'll pyramid scheme some tickets.
So essentially, game time app. Okay.
I was gonna say so. No, we don't say names.
But
Not until they
thank you for
sponsor
that
us.
breaking news, Alex. That was interesting. But
Game time, please sponsor us.
that's
I would
actually
love that
a
so much.
good transition because the last major trade we were going to talk about
Yes,
was. Is that going to be the last one?
I thought.
Yes.
Oh no,
maybe?
it's not. We have
Okay.
2
Well, moving on to the Patriots. The other one we'll do as a little side note.
more.
But
Yeah, fine.
Michael Bennett to the Patriots. So the Patriots
Woo.
lose Trey Flowers. So the writing was on the wall with that one. Once you got Bennett, you knew that Flowers was out the door because Belichick doesn't pay guys, and Bennett
Doesn't
was
pay pass rushers.
a
specifically.
cheaper replacement. Not, I mean, he was very productive with the Eagles last year.
He's been productive almost
Yeah.
his entire career.
Oh, he's been nasty his whole career.
He's
So
a little older. He fits the bill as an
Yep.
older pass rusher that we get.
I'm excited. I am excited to see how he's going to play on the field because he is a tremendous talent. But man, is he a pain in the ass? Holy shit! This guy comes with a ton of baggage.
He does.
Like he came up with that book. What was it called? Things that make white people uncomfortable.
Something like
Yep.
that. Yeah.
So he came out with that book. What was it? He's been charged with pushing an elderly paraplegic woman at Super Bowl 51
I vaguely remember hearing
to
that.
try
now you
and
say it.
get onto the field to celebrate with his brother.
Yep.
I guess she was like working as event staff and he like pushed her or something. So I don't know. There's something going on with that. He goes on. one of the talk shows and was talking about, oh, no, I'm not taking a pay cut. I want to get paid more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he goes in the locker room and sits during the anthem. So this guy comes with a ton of baggage. So it's going to be interesting to see how this clown circus works in New England, especially.
But
So-
there is rumors that when trading for Michael Bennett, his brother Martellus Bennett, talented tight end,
Yep.
might be willing to come out of retirement and sign with the Patriots now.
And I think that is kind of like a side deal. So I think
Martellus is a bit more of a stable mind, let's
so
say.
I think he is kind of the
Relatively
Belichick's
speaking.
safety net. Martellus has been here. He
knows the
knows how
drill.
the system works. I think they're going to try and bring him in to basically keep his brother in check. And if things don't go well, the nice thing with this is he has 0 dead cap hit. So you can cut his ass the first day of training camp, and it's not going to cost you anything other than the fifth round pick that you gave up. And you got a 7th round pick back.
Yeah, it
So
was.
if you look at it, you basically traded down 2 rounds to
for a
get
flyer.
Michael Bennett.
For a flyer.
So, I mean, I thought this was a great move. I mean, I was sad because I knew that once I got Bennett, that Flowers was out the door.
Yeah, I really liked Flowers, but seeing that once every one of the better pass rushers got franchise tagged or signed
Oh,
before,
yeah. He was going to get paid up the ass.
you knew
Oh, my
he was
God.
vaulting up from like 6th best defensive ends to
jeez.
1st in a heartbeat.
Oh, easy.
He was getting that 16 at
He was
least
getting
a year.
shit ton of money.
Yeah, he got paid.
Yeah. But you know what? I saw this as a win because going into offseason, I did not expect the Patriots to re-sign him a chance in hell because I knew he
Didn't
was
feel
gonna get
confident
paid.
at all.
So, you know what? We actually got something. We got Michael Bennett. And I thought we were going to get left at the altar with nothing. So,
I thought we were going to get
at least
John Simon and Lawrence Guy
At least we
again.
got like the friend who's still pretty hot, not as hot as what the wife would have been, but you know,
This analogy's falling apart.
you got a good backup. You got a good backup.
Yeah.
It was a good backup plan. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. So, I mean, and then one other one that we were gonna.
Real quick was
Talk real
Deshaun
quick.
Jackson wanted out of Tampa Bay, and he ended up getting sent to the Eagles with a 7th round pick for a 6th round pick.
Which
So-
I thought was a steal. Oh my God.
So the Eagles traded down 1 round
Easy.
for
Easy.
Deshaun Jackson,
No brainer.
who is a bit of a game changer.
Yeah.
He's still that good.
I wish we got him for that. That's peanuts.
He wanted to go to Philly, I guess, and Tampa did him a solid. But, I mean, he goes back to Philly where he started his career. He's with a good quarterback in Carson Wentz. He's not the only receiver there. They still have Alshon Jeffrey.
Yep.
They still have Nelson Aguilar.
Yep.
They still have tight end Zach Ertz.
Yep.
They still have a good offensive line. Actually, one of the better ones.
Yep.
They just re-signed Jason Peters
Yep.
for 1 year. They're running back there.
It was Ajayi, but
Ajayi's a free agent. I think Sproles is back, and they have another kid who Smallwood. Smallwood's all right.
Yeah, they still need
He's fine.
They need an every down back.
If they got another running back, it'd be beneficial. But that offense looks to be pretty set in place.
Yeah.
Jackson is going to a good spot. Wentz likes to throw the deep ball too.
Yeah.
And he'll have a guy at each level. Aguilar's intermediate. Alshon Jeffrey's intermediate, and Deshaun Jackson can take the
Yeah.
lid off the defense.
So I thought that was a sneaky good move that really helps the Eagles out.
1 round,
Yeah.
worth the
And
risk.
how do you beat that?
Yeah.
That's awesome, especially for a guy that actually wanted to go to your team. That makes it so much easier.
Oh my God, I think Tampa did him a solid. I think they
Yeah.
were like, "Where do you want to go?" And we'll try to make it work.
Yeah. Hey,
Which
but you know what?
shows there are some classy organizations
I guess.
still out
Well,
there.
Bruce Arians is there. Bruce Arians.
Love Bruce Arians.
He's a classy guy. I like him a lot.
If we were to do coaching rankings, Bruce Arians,
He'd be
without
like top
coaching the
5.
last couple of years, he's still top 5.
Oh, easy. I love Bruce Arians.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah. But on that note, you got anything else to add, Jerry?
I want the Pats to do something.
That would be nice. We did re-sign Jason McCourty, which is good, but
Very important. Want
Other than
something
that,
flashier.
I want something flashy. I want a Zach Brown that was just cut from the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
I want some kind of linebacker. I want linebacker depth, and we need a freaking receiver, dude.
Yeah, I know. We got
Golden Tate and Michael Crabtree.
So,
bring them in, baby.
Golden Tate would be
Bring 'em
awesome.
in.
Crabtree seems like a good Patriot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a
Actually,
big
Golden
guy.
Tate looks like a really good
He's a
Patriot,
good
too.
red zone threat. He's got great hands. He's a reliable receiver.
He got a bit of the dropsies last year. I mean, I think he led the league in drops. But
I'll
I mean,
take a flyer.
I'll take a chance on him.
Yeah, if you get those two in here with Edelman and you like re-sign Dorsett on a cheap deal, I am happy-go-lucky on that. I would love.
You know
that.
it'll be Hogan though.
Yeah, it's going to be Hogan, Dorsett, and I don't know, some scrap heap that was undrafted.
I'm trying to think of who the disappointing receiver we would get is. And you know it's going to be someone like that we end up cutting in the offseason.
Cutting and bringing back, probably.
It's going to be who was the kid who played in Jacksonville and then was in Indy last year?
Austin Carr.
No, I actually liked Austin Carr.
Oh, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Moncrief, Dante Moncrief.
Oh.
It's going to be Moncrief. We're going to sign Moncrief to some good-looking deal for him, and then we're going to cut him before the season starts.
Probably.
A la Jordan Matthews.
Probably. Yep. So the Patriots are doing jack shit while Belichick's off, getting his tan on in Barbados. So another reason why I love Belichick
Josh
as our
Gordon,
GM.
though. Josh Gordon could get reinstated.
It's not going to happen.
Josh Gordon could get reinstated.
But this is why
It's possible
this is
that
why
Josh
Belichick
Gordon gets reinstated.
is an irritating
Yes,
GM.
Everything will be awesome.
This is the biggest week
Everything
for
is
trades
awesome.
and free agent signings, and he's off in Barbados doing jack. This pisses me off. Oh God, he drives me crazy. I hate him as a GM.
And on that note,
Josh Gordon's coming back. Hopefully.
On that note, don't forget, please subscribe on Spotify, iTunes Podcast, CastBox, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow us on all those places, and we are going to be giving away some prizes to some of our new followers. Let us know. Leave comments. Like the page. Like the videos.
Yell at
Leave
us.
a comment on the audio. Give us a 5-star review.
Tell us how
Thank
much we
you so
suck.
much.
Yep. You like it?
Positive or negative.
Let us know the positives,
Hit us
negatives.
up.
You want to argue? Let's argue. You want us to talk a specific
Bring
topic?
it.
Let's go. Bring it on. But on that note, thanks for watching.
As always, adios, amigos.